So in this video, I'm going to be showing you exactly how to start a successful Google Ads agency in 2023. I've been fortunate enough to start from zero, no experience, no marketing background or anything like that. As a matter of fact, I went to college, graduated, become a doctor, a physical therapist to be exact. From that to going into starting a Google Ads marketing agency from zero to now a successful 7-figure agency. And you're going to learn how to exactly do that in this video. So before I jump in, make sure you drop a thumbs up on this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and if you want to grow, learn how to grow your agency or your business, let's go ahead and get started. ClickSees is one of the leading click fraud prevention services to keep your Google Ads and Facebook ads protected. They automatically monitor, detect, and even block frauds from visiting your Google or Facebook ads, from visiting your Google, Facebook, or even Bing ads, so that you don't have to waste your money on bot clicks, your competitor clicking on your ad, and you'll be able to save your budget on genuine traffic only. I personally use ClickSees for all of my clients' ad accounts. We run a lot of Google ads, and we can see, how many clicks are being blocked and how much money we were able to save by using ClickSees. So if you run any kind of Google, Facebook, or Bing ads, make sure to have a click bot detection software on. I highly recommend ClickSees. And so you can check them out using my link in the description below. Now back to the video. So the first thing that you need to do in order to start or get your Google Ads agency to become successful is that you need to learn how to run Google Ads, right? Now, there are two parts to this, right? Number one, you can either learn how to run Google Ads yourself, or the second thing, if you want to skip the learning curve a little bit faster, you can hire what they call a media buyer. Now, that is the key, right? So a media buyer is essentially you're hiring somebody who already has Google Ads experience, has case studies, maybe has testimonials that they can share with you, so that way you can use that to share with your prospect, right? So prospect might say, hey, Jordan, do you have any experience? And especially if you're somebody new, you don't have any case studies or any type of proof experience to show, what you can do is use the media buyer's case studies and their testimonials, okay? And it's still fair game. You're not lying or anything like that, because a media buyer is an extension of your team. You're basically hiring them onto your team to run ads for you, okay? So it is completely fair game there. The most important thing when it comes to hiring a media buyer, and the key to this, is actually making sure that your media buyer has case studies and that they specialize in the niche that you're working with, right? So there's two key parts to hiring the right media buyer. Number one, they need to specialize in your niche, okay? Because you don't want someone that can just run Google Ads, right? A lot of people can run Google Ads. You can run Google Ads yourself. So anybody can do that. That part is easy. The second part is that you gotta make sure that they have case studies, okay, for that specific niche, all right? So if they can't show you, that they had, successful, proven results for your specific type of client, then I would consider keep on looking for another media buyer until you find somebody that is an expert in your field, okay? So not someone that can just run Google Ads, right? Because you can run Google Ads yourself. So even Google Ads will provide you training, free training that you can find through their platform so that you can learn how to run Google Ads. So it is entirely up to you whether you want to learn it yourself and run it for your clients. And if you go that route, obviously you won't have to hire a media buyer, and you'll actually be able to keep more profits, right? So you'll be able to make a little bit more. But obviously, depending on how good you are at sales, and if you have no case studies and testimonials, it might be a little bit more difficult for you to start, right? So all really dependent on you and how, what you want to really focus on, right? So then the second option is obviously hiring a media buyer, and that might skip the learning curve a little bit more, because you can just have the media buyer run the ads for your client and get successful results, but you would have to pay the media buyer a portion of the money, so that you would just keep money as a middleman, so you make a little bit less. And the cool thing about hiring a media buyer is that you're not paying anything up front, right? You are really just the middleman. So when you sign, you don't pay the media buyer until you get a new client. So let's just say you charge your new client $1,500. Your media buyer might charge you $500, right? So you get the $1,500 from your client, you pay the $500 to your media buyer, you now get to keep $1,000 because you are the middleman. You connected the two, well, not even connected to, but you got yourself the client, right? And you got to keep yourself $1,000. So from here on out, you would pretty much just manage the whole campaign, making sure that the client is happy and make sure that your media buyer is delivering results. And so if you want to either learn how to run Google Ads or even look for a media buyer, depending on what type of client you have, we actually provide media buying services. So if you are within the niches of maybe a lawyer, a plumber, auto detailers we work really well with as well. That is something definitely we can help you out with. So pretty much any type of local service businesses and you're looking for a media buyer, feel free to shoot me an email or connect with me on Facebook. Me and my team can definitely help you out with the media buying, aspect of your Google Ads marketing agency. And if you want to learn how to run Google Ads yourself, I do provide an in-depth Google Ads course. The link will be in the description below. We have over $7 million in ad spend, lots of case studies and things to share with you. So the cool thing about my Google Ads course is that it's literally plug and play. We literally give you the keywords, the templates, the landing pages, everything from A to Z for you to be successful. So that way, you can either run it yourself or even learn how to find media buyers and stuff like that, right? So all that link is gonna be in the description below. So now that you have a media buyer, or maybe you know how to learn Google Ads yourself, now what you need is to hire a salesperson, right? Because you need somebody to close those deals, okay? So when people are interested in your services, they're scheduling sales calls with you, you want to have a sales guy talking and closing these deals, unless you're planning on closing the deals yourself, right? So for me, when I first started my agency, I had zero sales background, zero business background or anything like that. So I actually didn't know how to close deals and I could not sell anything to anybody, right? So what happened was I needed a sales guy, okay? And so typically you can find salespeople on, freelancer websites. You can find them in my free Facebook group. Actually, my free Facebook group has over about 6,400 members as of today's recording. So lots of people there that's willing to help you out with your sales. That link's gonna be in the description as well if you wanna check that out. But essentially the cool thing about hiring a salesperson is that you don't have to pay them anything. Everything is based off of commission. So you can negotiate, depending on what commission you feel comfortable paying. You can do anywhere between 10% upwards to 30%, depending on the skill sets, how good they are, and how much they are willing to do, what they're willing to do for you, okay? So the sweet spot is usually around between 10 to 20%. You can always negotiate of whatever the total amount deal that they close for, okay? So that's the salesperson, okay? Now for myself, when I had my first sales guy, I actually had my mentor be my sales guy, so I was paying him 40% in commission, which is really high. Eventually he would get a little bit too busy, so he couldn't take my sales calls anymore. So I needed to come up with an alternative on how I could increase my sales, right? Because I just sucked at sales. So what I created was a VCL system. And what the system does is that actually helps me close the deals without me having to say anything. And so when I put the system in place, my sales rate just skyrocketed, okay? And so now I'm able to close deals myself. I don't have to pay a 10, 20, 30, and even 40% commission at one point, okay? So I'm saving a lot of money by not having to hire a salesperson and just taking these sales calls myself. Now the VCL presentation was probably one of the biggest game changers for my business because it's literally just now closing clients for me, right? And I go in depth with it in my free masterclass. You can check that out, links in the description. I just provide so much resources for you guys through my channel and the content that I drop and things like that. So if you want to check out the VCL system in depth and how it works, what it looks like, that link's going to be in the description below. But essentially what it is that it is like a little mini presentation that shares your prospects what it is that you do, how it is that you're going to help them, and it helps the prospect visually see where their point A and basically how you're going to get them to point B, right? So, business owner is at point A, he wants to get to point B, but he has all these obstacles, all these problems and issues, right? So the presentation, the VCL presentation helps him visually see how your business helps the business owner overcome those obstacles and all those issues that he has so that he can get the end result, which is, growing the business, more customers, more clients, more sales, more associates, more workers for them, right? Be able to grow their business and more revenue at the end of the day. So VCL system is super powerful. That was one of the game changers and how it helped me skyrocket from, making a couple $1,000s a month to now $50,000 every single month. So now that you have, you know how to do the Google Ads part so you can deliver results, you now have a salesperson or a sales system to close those deals for you. The third thing that you need to do now is start prospecting. You need to go out there and let people know of your services so they can be interested, right? So that way you can start getting paid for what it is that you do. Okay, so as far as prospecting goes, you need to understand that it is a numbers game, right? So the more volume that you can output, the more input that you're gonna get, okay? So just always keep that in mind. So stop sending, 5, 10 to 20 DMs per day and then just giving up, okay? What I started doing was I hired a virtual assistant to start sending out messages for me. So instead of sending, 50 to 100 messages per day, I can start sending up to 500, 250, 500, or even 1,000 messages per day. Okay, so that's the mindset that you need to have. More output equals more input, right? So let's just say, for example, like you send out 1,000 emails, okay? Out of those 1,000 emails, you'll get like 50 responses. And out of those 50 responses, let's just say like 30 of those were like negative responses. Hey, don't ever message me again. Don't email me. I'm not interested. Those are all negative responses, okay? So now you're left with about 20, positive emails or positive replies saying, hey, I'm interested. But then out of those 20, let's say only about 5 of them actually book a sales call with you or your salesperson. So now out of those 5 people, depending on your close rate, let's just say it's 20%. That means you'll close 1 deal out of those 5 sales calls. So you sent 1,000 emails to get 5 meetings, and out of those 5 meetings, you close 1 deal for $1,500 to $3,000, right? So more output equals more input. Now, the channels that you would want to be on is really, you need to ask yourself, where are your clients hanging out at, okay? Are they on Facebook? Are they on DMs? What Facebook groups are they in? What Instagram hashtags do they use? What Reddit groups are they in, okay? What directories are they in? Where are they at? What, business chamber of commerce are they at? What events are they at? So you need to figure out where your clients are and be there, okay? And so when you're there, you can start sending out messages, DMs, and things like that. So hire a virtual assistant, send out, Instagram DMs, Facebook DMs, join Facebook groups, and get people going through your VCL system, because your system is going to be what's going to be doing the closing for you, and that's going to help you automate, the whole process a little bit more. So now that you have everything in place, you got your, you're now delivering results. You have a sales system that's closing the deals for you. You have somebody out there that's, sending out messages for you, just getting people interested into the pipeline, and then you have your system running these leads, and then essentially closing them is for your business. The last and most important key part of this whole entire business, in order to be sustainable and get yourself to make it to 6 to 7 figures, is retention. And that is the most important thing. I always stress that retention is key when it comes to running any type of marketing agency. It doesn't matter if you're running Google, Facebook, Bing, Instagram ads, okay? And business in general, you want retention. And in order to have retention in your business, you need to under promise and over deliver. Communication is also key. So you want to stay in communication with your client. You want to make sure that they're updated and you're not just, they paid you and now you've disappeared. You don't want that, okay? You want to do everything that you possibly can to keep all the clients that you sign on. And that is actually more important than signing new clients. It is more important to keep your existing clients than it is to go out and find and try to sign new clients, okay? And the reason for that is because it's harder to sign new clients, but it's easier to keep your existing clients, right? Because they're already in your ecosystem. They already and if you can build that trust, they're gonna stick around, they're gonna send you more referrals, word of mouth and stuff like that. And that's how your business is going to grow, okay? So retention is key. The communication aspect, obviously the over delivery, getting them awesome results. And the last thing to retention is caring. Okay, so a lot of my clients has been with me for years, and we might not be the biggest marketing agency, we might not be the marketing agency that gets the best results, but how have I been able to retain my client? Okay, and it's because I actually genuinely care for their success, right? So we have a very personal human relationship with my clients. Like some of my clients will talk about family, like how's your family doing? We'll stay updated on just their personal life sometimes. Okay, so that's how deep it is that it gets. So obviously we're not a big marketing agency, we're a little bit more boutique, but because of that boutique, we're able to be more personal, right? There's a more intimate relationship now with your client. Okay, so you don't have to think that you need to be some type of big marketing agency, and if you're too new or the market is too saturated, you need to just care about your clients' success and their results. When COVID hit about 2 years ago, businesses were shutting down, clients really couldn't barely afford to leave their lights on. What did I do? I actually offered my clients who were struggling to run their ads for free. We didn't charge them any management fee and things like that. And at times, we even helped pay for some of their ads. So you can only imagine like the extent that I'm willing to go out to make sure that my clients are not only happy and getting results, but I want them to understand that we care, okay? And that is going to help your clients stick with you from picking a bigger marketing agency or somebody that might offer them this new thing or better results, okay? So when they have a relationship with you, they trust you, they like you, they understand that, when they pay you, you're just not gonna ghost them, try to get them results. notes and give them the bare minimum, but you actually check up on them and give them, you know, a sense that you care for their business. And that's all that anybody could ask for. So if you enjoyed this video, you got a ton of value out of it, make sure you drop a thumbs up. It helps my channel so much. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below if I missed out on anything on how to grow your Google marketing agency to 7 figures or even 6 to 7 figure agency. I've been fortunate enough to scale it to a 7-figure marketing business. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'll see you guys in the next video.